Andrew Tech Videos presents Personnel Interview Questions Part 4.
Question number 31. How would you know you are successful on this job? Several ways are good measures. You set high standards for yourself and meet them. Your outcomes are a success. Your boss tell you that you are successful. Answer sample. I am sure that I was successful in there. Because any job offered in your company is my dream and I can do anything for my dreams. Another way I am like to do this from my heart, not for money. So, question number 32. How do you deal with conflict? As everyone knows, conflict is a common issue at workplace. It occurs in every organization now and then. An employee cannot perform his duties well all the time if he is unable to deal with the smallest conflict at work. What about you? Do you have the necessary skills to deal with the most basic conflict at work? Do you avoid it or face it? What do you think are the best techniques to deal with conflicts at any time? You should know that there are various types of conflict at work. It may be a small disagreement between two colleagues, or a total misunderstanding of the boss, or a frustration caused by others' behavior. In this question, you should first state a conflict at your level, choose an example and adopt your skills in resolving such conflict. Then demonstrate how you do it to the interviewer. Question number 33. Have you ever had a problem with your peer? Can you give us an example? Yes, it happened once. I was quite friendly with a colleague of mine from the other department. While talking to him during the lunch hour, I casually told him about the new marketing strategy that the marketing team was thinking about. He mentioned it to his boss and that caused a lot of confusion between the two departments. This taught me a lesson that you must not discuss any departmental strategies with anyone from other department unless you have been authorized by your boss. Question number 34. How will you achieve your goals? Basing on this question, the interviewer wants to know how you plan on achieving your goals for the future and what you're going to accomplish. In order to respond to it, you could see examples of good responses included. I have intention to acquire additional skills by taking part in relevant class to the job and keeping my involvement with various professional associations. I see myself that FFA Corporation is going to offer in-house training for employees and I would prefer to attend related classes to enhance my skills. Taking participation in conferences, seminars, meetings and upholding my education will be effective ways to continue my professional development. Question number 35. Who was your best boss? Answer tips and answer samples. The interviewer wants to know that whether you blame or judge badly about your previous boss by asking the question, who was your best boss and who was the worst? Best answer: each boss that I worked for taught me a good lesson. What to do from the advice of good ones and what not to do from the challenging ones. From the beginning of my job, a mentor assisted me a lot, and now we still keep in touch. Truly speaking, I have learned something from each boss that I have worked for. Question number 36. What negative thing would your last boss say about you? This question is about your weaknesses. In fact, it is a very hard question for a candidate to answer as it is very difficult to be honest with oneself and say out loud about negative comments on himself. The method here is to approach the weaknesses, or particularly the comments on those weaknesses, in a positive manner. For example, your weaknesses are working too hard, or tend to perfection at work. Those, in fact, are strengths, but negative sometimes, and that sometimes should be included in the examples following your answer. For example, my old boss told me I was such a workaholic. But I didn't think that was a weakness, though there was sometimes it caused me quite a ruckus when I took over too many tasks at the same time. Anyway, I have learned since then the skill to delegate and cooperate with others to complete the job more effectively. Question number 37. Are you willing to relocate? Relocation is usually inevitable and almost always a condition of employment. This is completely up to you. Be honest, but you should probe the interviewer for more details. Maybe the office location you will be working at is planned to be moved in the next 2 years, and that is the reason for this question. Find out the details and make an informed decision. Question number 38. Explain what has disappointed you most about a previous job. Answer tips. No matter the response, don't get too negative. Possible answers: not enough of a challenge, not given enough responsibilities for your qualifications, unable to continue developing skills in environment, etc. Don't get trivial or negative. Safe areas are few but can include: not enough of a challenge. You were laid off in a reduction company, did not win a contract, which would have given you more responsibility. Answer samples: lack of challenge. How many hours I have to commit. I focused on pay and benefits when I took my job. I didn't fully realize how much time is our greatest and only asset. I would definitely consider this if ever looking for another one. Question number 39. How long would you expect to work for us if hired? Some tips for this question. It is not right to be specific, else you are giving them the impression that you are not going to stay if hired. Specifics here are not good. Something like this should work: I'd like it to be a long time. Or as long as we both feel I'm doing a good job. Sample answers: I'd like it to be here a long time, as much as you permit me and believe that I am doing a good job to remain in your company. Question number 40. What motivates you to do your best on the job? Tips to answer. This is a personal trait that only you can say, but good examples are challenge, achievement, recognition. For any person, motivation is the main factor which should make him work in an efficient manner. And that motivation could be done by some rewards for doing good job, some encouragements, etc. Moreover, an employee's good work must be acknowledged by his employer, which would definitely boost him to work more harder to get more acknowledgements. Answer samples. I was motivated both by the challenge of finishing the projects on time and by managing the teams that achieved our goals. I want to be successful in my job, both for my own personal satisfaction and for my employer.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe Andrew Tech Videos.